Oblivion Remastered has no shortage of glitches that allow you to get overpowered within a few minutes. There's one that allows you to get all your magic stats to 100 within about 10 minutes each. To do this, you'll need two spells, the Fortify Attribute spell and the Light spell. You can get both of these at Edgar's Discount Spells and the Imperial City Market District. Then you'll need access to an Altar of Spellmaking, which you can gain access to by either getting to Frostcrag Spire or by doing the Mage's Guild questline. Either one works. I'll be using the one at the Spire. This works on both console and PC. I'll be showing you how to do it on console. Unfortunately, console has a bit of a bug with the spellmaking, where you can't change the attribute in your Fortify attribute. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't work, just back out and try again. If it still doesn't work, you might want to try resetting your game. And select any attribute you want. It doesn't even have to change, really. I put luck, and then it has to be on touch because this is the fastest one. And then put it as high as your restoration skill will allow you to go. And put the duration to about 5 seconds. And then your next spell you need, the light, put that on self. And you don't need to change anything there really. Then just give it a memorable name so you'll know where to find it. And now actually before we start doing that part, you'll need a lot of Magicka Restore potions. The easiest way is to make your own. So get yourself a Novice Mortar and Pestle. And duplicate any ingredients that have Restore Magicka as one of the first two effects. I'm using the Flax Seeds and the Bog Beacons, which I got in the Imperial Market District at the Gilded Carafe and the main ingredient shop. Now I'll show you how to duplicate them real quick. Put the item you want to duplicate into any empty inventory. A chest, a barrel, a dead body, it doesn't matter. And then find any item you have a stack of. It could be the same thing, it could be something else, it doesn't matter. Then press A and RB at the exact same time. And if you did it right, you'll be in the other inventory with the pop-up asking how much do you want to deposit into the chest. You'll know it's right because there'll be the LB telling you to go over to your other inventory with the pop-up still there. Once you have this, just press A twice, and then you can do this over and over again until you have as many items as you want. Just make sure it's only one item in the other inventory when you go to dupe it. And you should preferably do all this near the spell maker's altar because you'll be over encumbered. Now back to the spell. Since we already made the spell, you just need to equip it and then put the potions into your shortcut bar, because you'll have to be popping them continuously throughout this whole process. You could just wait an hour every time you run out of Magicka, but that would take too long, and this is a good way to get your alchemy to level 100 as well. So this spell is pretty much only good for level 1 to 25 for restoration. So once you cast this enough and you get to restoration level 25, you'll be making another spell. Now making the next spell is pretty easy, it's just the same process. Fortify attribute, change it to whatever you like. On touch, change it to as high as you can go with your level 25 restoration, duration about 5. Next go down to light, put it on self. Adjust the fortified magnitude if you need it, and then add the name. Make it something memorable once again, and then equip the spell and start the process over again. This one will take you a little bit. I think this took me 2 to 3 minutes to get to level 50. But once you get to level 50, you once again have to make another spell, which is once again Fortify Attribute, on touch, however high magnitude you could go to, and then light on self, and then give it a name, make it something memorable, something fancy maybe, and then create your spell. And then once again, equip your spell, and then start the process over again. And I'm sure this is getting old by now. That one took me about 3 minutes maybe. But once you hit level 75, create another spell. Fortify attribute, any attribute you want. I prefer luck, on touch obviously, magnitude 100. Increase the duration a little bit, and then add light on self. Keep it base, and then add a name, something memorable, and then create your spell. You can add more restoration effects to the spell if you want, but as of making this video, I'm not working with a lot of mana right now. I got 200 or something like that with my armor piece, so I'm just gonna keep it pretty minimum. Anyway, equip your spell and start the process over again. This gets significantly easier every time you go on because the spells cost less Magicka as your restoration level raises. All in all, I think getting to level 100 for restoration took me about 15 minutes from when I first created the spell to when I finished. but I also messed up on a spell a couple times, unfortunately. That increased the time. But now you can do this with any other magic you want. For example, destruction. Everybody loves destruction. Fire damage on touch, light on self. Obviously, put the fire damage magnitude as high as you can, and then create the spell name, something memorable, until you have all your magic skills at level 100. It's very simple, very easy to do, but it does take some time and gold to get all the spells, because it does cost gold each time. So sell some of those potions you made to the Gilded Karaf lady if you want. But that's about it. This isn't even a glitch, this is just an exploit. This is all working just as Todd Howard intended. There's absolutely no glitch whatsoever here. Though anyway, I hope you found this helpful, and if you have any questions, leave a comment, and I'll be sure to respond as quick as possible. But that's about it. Until next time.